Hi guys, it's Claudia, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the effects of forgiveness. Why do we actually need forgiveness, and why does it make sense to forgive others? You've maybe heard about that, you've maybe done different modalities or techniques or practices that helped you or allowed you to forgive on some level. Actually, the energy of forgiveness is the most amazing energy, and you can pretty much really compare it to the divine unconditional love, because once you're able to truly forgive, it's almost like you erase information and memories from your brain, like physically erase things that have held you back, things that have minimized you, and things that have really reduced you, made you heavy, made you stuck, or made you sad in some sort of way. The importance with forgiveness is that we practice it, that we actually do train it. It's nothing that comes natural. It does, but it doesn't. We really have to learn to do it, and to do it often. There is a trick to it with the forgiveness. It's not just about forgiving the other person, but it's also about forgiving yourself and forgiving the whole situation. So you've maybe practiced forgiving or saying, my father did this or that, or my mother did this or that, I forgive him or I forgive her. But that's not how forgiveness works. Actually, with the forgiveness, you need to forgive every bit and every piece that was involved in the whole situation. So you have to forgive, especially yourself, for having provided yourself for this experience, for this situation, for this happening. You have agreed on some level, maybe up there in the light, that you want to be part of this whole cycle of this drama and of this karma maybe as well. So it is really, really important that you forgive yourself, to take yourself out of those repeating cycles of mishaps, really. So just forgiving the other person is a good thing, yeah, and it does take you somewhere. But if you really, really want to let go, and if you really, really want to release, that's when you have to go a little deeper, and when you actually have to forgive the whole situation, every person, everything that was involved in that situation, and especially yourself. Because if you do not forgive yourself, you will invite other situations and other people in to give you the same learning. And that's another thing that we have to look at when we do forgiveness. It's not just about saying, I forgive my father for whatever he did to me, or I forgive my mother for whatever she did to me. It's also about finding out what was your learning out of that whole experience. And once you have then understood and recognized that particular learning, you can ask for this learning, for this ability, for this skill, for this virtue to come in through the divine, so that you do not have the connection to that negative experience anymore. Because the way it's stored in your subconscious right now and at the moment is, you made a bad experience, you've provided yourself for that experience, but you've grown out of it. You've learned a spiritual lesson, you've learned a life lesson, you've learned something out of it. And may it just be that you say, I will never do this again, or I will teach my children different. That is a learning, So your learning is pretty much the fruit, that you harvest out of whatever seed you put into the ground. The seed is you, the ground is the experience you provided yourself for. So now here you are trying to, harvest that beautiful fruit that has grown on that not so nice soil. So here what we need to do is we need to give you new fruit. So we need to give you a new understanding, a divine understanding of the positive, of the good that you've learned out of it, out of the great, that you've experienced. And for your soul, there's always a positive, there's always a great learning out of it. May it be, that you feel more empowered, that you feel more free, that, you feel less resentful, whatever it may be. So we need to give you this understanding without the negative attached to it. So we need to disconnect that, and that happens through a step of processes, through a step of energetic cord cutting, clearing, releasing, and all that kind of stuff. How you can do that in particular, I explain more in my program and more on my website. So if you want to know a bit more about how the actual process and how it works and what you can do, I have a lot of amazing online trainings and meditations that you can look at and that you can get some more information from, and I would be happy to help you on that path, maybe even with a personal session. So check out the website www.birthingandrebirthing.com, birthingandrebirthing.com. It's an amazing transformation system that really goes to the root and clears everything along the way. So see you next time to one of the other little snippets and informations, and maybe to one of my classes. Bye, take care.